Hello everyone, welcome to IELTS Juice. Let's start assessing a 5.5 band score essay today. You might ask, why? That's too low. I want to see a 7 and 7.5, an 8 sample, a 9 sample. Yes, that's a very, very good way to look at your time, and you believe it's well or efficiently spent if you just were to watch very good samples. The problem is, if you go ahead and copy an 8 level or band score or 9 or 7.5 and copy the style onto your writing, you will get 5.5, you will get 6. Why? Well, that happens if Mark Twain copies Charles Dickens' style. Both are renowned writers, but they are famous for what they write individually. They do not copy their styles. They read, yes, both, in history, very good writers were very good readers. You heard it multiple times that these people were always in libraries, reading different books, novels, and they had a fan, or they had, their favorite, they always wanted to read works from so-and-so writer. But they just got bits and pieces of information from their favorite writers' writing pieces, and then they implemented those into their writing. So we are not going to copy. It doesn't matter if it's 5.5 or 8. We need to learn. From an 8, there isn't much to discuss. Things are just smoothly written there, and there isn't much chance for us to have a debate and talk and communicate. You might have some questions you put in the comments below. I might answer some of them in the following videos. We won't have that communication with an 8. It's 8. It's beautiful. Yeah, bravo. That's it. But for lower scores, especially 6.5, 6, those are my favorite ones. They are still correct. They have implemented some ideas, but it's not 100% there. And that little push might be something that might be everything that you need to get your 7. Or maybe your desired score is 6.5 to help you get 6.5. So guys, these scores, these assessments are there for learning purposes, and the ones that come with lower scores, they have a lot to teach us. So I would love to see why this has become 5.5, and I'm going to read through it. I am probably going to spend more than usual time explaining things here, and there is a lot to learn for us. So let's dive in. Nowadays, many people choose to be self-employed rather than to work for a company or organization with British spelling, pardon me. Why might this be the case? One question. What could be the disadvantages of being self-employed? So in the IELTS community, you might heard it you might hear the label of this topic as two-part questions, and that is correct because IELTS also thinks that this has two main ideas. So for IELTS, you need to acknowledge two elements, give each element independent and proper coverage or development. So make sure that these two reflect, your acknowledgement for each one of them reflects in your essay. Finally, after 5 minutes, we're now on the essay. The main reasons and the potential drawbacks of self-employment. Thank you. That's the topic of a New York's best-selling book. IELTS doesn't need you guys or us to write a title. We don't need a title. This is not a book. We don't need a title, really. It's not a blog post. So please start with introduction. In today's world, more and more professionals choose self-employment. We don't need the self-employment as the preferred working type. People post their home offices in social media. No, we don't need the in social media, express their happiness, another comma, and inspire others. This is a listing comma, so we need comma here, and inspire others to be self-employed. From my perspective, not prospective, P-E-R, the rest is fine. This is fine. So P-E-R spective. This has 3 major causes. I like that. So 3 is written in T-H-R-E-E. So from the introduction, I now know that there are going to be 3 causes. And there is no mention of the second part, which was the disadvantages of that. So I mean, the most important sentence of your entire essay is telling me that this essay is just about 3 major causes. So it's all about the first question. Let's see. We will not decide yet because we still need to read the conclusion, but this already is a bit confusing and might be misleading. To begin with, freedom and flexibility are the main contributors to freelancing. So let's see, freedom and flexibility are the main contributors. Okay. I would, if I were the writer, I would separate them. I see both have enough data or weight to occupy a portion of the paragraph at least. But let's see. People love when they have luxury, when they have the luxury, we need the. That's definite article, the luxury of self-management of their time and don't rely on their managers and supervisors. Okay, I understand that. This is part of the freedom, I guess. For example, when one wants to travel, I like this, somewhere and enjoy, this is repetitive. This is actually not repetitive, sorry, this is redundant because we already have this to here. So he wants to travel and wants to enjoy. So I don't need this second to. Enjoy new places. We don't need any preposition after enjoy. You just enjoy something. See, that makes total logic. Just enjoy it. Enjoy anything that is out there. You don't have to add any prepositions so that you have a vessel to enjoy. You have to do something to get to that and then you enjoy. Just enjoy it. Enjoy new places and relax. They don't have to feel I need a semicolon probably here. Is this an example? Travel somewhere and enjoy new places and relax. Oh, when, sorry, not a semicolon. We need a comma because of when. I just saw that. When blah, 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 they don't have to fill out or fill in long applications or long application forms to request the permission for a vacation. Another example of this would be flexibility of the choice to work during evenings or mornings. I see. So the first element was freedom, and the second element was flexibility. Now it makes sense. Of this would be flexibility of the choice to work during evenings or mornings. As long as for some people it is exhausting to work and focus during the first half of the day. As long as for some people you need to put it in a pair of bracketing commas. So 1 comma before for and 1 comma after people. And I can read it like, as long as it is exhausting to work and focus during the first half of the day. As long as it is exhausting, they can work during evening or morning. Maybe the writer wanted to say that there are 2 shifts and the majority work in the morning. But if the work is exhausting, so as long as it is exhausting to work in the morning, they can choose the night shift or the evening shift. The message is understood, but the grammar is not there. Another contributor to freelancing would be the expanded opportunities to work on multiple, I don't need the, projects, and for the companies from different parts of the earth. Okay, so another contributing factor is that now you can work on any project you want. It doesn't matter, you might be in Southeast Asia, but you can work for an American company. As easy as that. So self-employed professionals are not limited to working inside, I don't need any, inside the country, and can seek different options, different options of the job is a little awkward. Maybe job opportunities is the word best suited for this part. Different job opportunities globally. For instance, many designers from Georgia prefer to freelance. That's a country in Caucasus. Prefer to freelance and supply their resources to the Western countries due to higher hourly rates and diversity of such projects. It's better than the projects. Okay. So yeah, I like it. I like the idea that there are the essay tries to come up with these examples. The examples could go deeper, but still, yeah, they're within the normal range of a proper example. There are, on the other hand, certain demerits of freelancing. Okay, now what happened to the third cause? So far we talked about 2 causes, right? The first one was freedom and flexibility. The third one was, more opportunities, I guess I can label it. Yeah, opportunities, expanded opportunities. So, yeah. Now this is an issue, because if you in defense you might say, okay, freedom and flexibility are 2, and opportunities is 1. And from that angle, then I might argue, okay, in that case, I needed 1 paragraph devoted to freedom and 1 paragraph devoted to flexibility, or I want 1 giant paragraph that focuses on freedom, flexibility, and wider range of opportunities. So when we say 3, the organization matters here. We cannot just group 2 in one paragraph and the other one alone in another paragraph. What's the logic behind it? It's not stated here. I don't understand the logic. That's one issue in coherence and cohesion. Another, okay, there are, on the other hand, certain demerits of freelancing that cannot be ignored. Okay. Let's talk about demerits now. Self-employed people don't have paid vacation spelled incorrectly. And despite other traditional workers, they don't have paid vacations despite other traditional workers. Not despite other traditional, unlike other traditional workers. No, that's not a very accurate use of despite. That doesn't give you the meaning. Like you're comparing salaries with people. That's not a very good comparison. Another disadvantage would be that there is no guarantee of stable income. And they need to be skilled in what's that? We don't need D. In PFM, personal finance management, to avoid bankruptcy, not bankrupting. Okay, so I just see two disadvantages only stated here, only addressed. I don't see development. So one is lack of paid vacations, and the other is lack of guarantee or any form of guarantee to avoid bankruptcy. Why? I need development here, and none is given. Finally, I guess finally is an adverb of sequence. We have firstly, secondly, finally. This is not a suitable discourse marker when you want to conclude, when you want to say, okay, when you want to wrap up. And it's different from the spoken use of finally. It's like, finally. Yeah, we've reached the end. Finally, it's over. That is not the usage here. So to conclude, freelancers generalize, please, or it should have been generalized. Freelancers don't have the access to, they don't have access to special benefits. Corporations offer their employees. Which corporations offer to their employees? To be more specific, this is a conclusion. You don't have to explain. You should have already explained whatever you wanted to explain already. This is the place where you just conclude. This is not the place you keep defending your arguments. You have already done defending your argument. They don't have a good health insurance package. This is new information. And the specialized training, it's usually singular and uncountable, by the top consulting firms and coaches to advance their skills and knowledge. And there should be a full stop here, and it's not. So let's look at the band descriptor. Yeah, the rubric, the two questions were addressed, but the development suffered. The conclusion was unclear, not repetitive, but unclear, and the ideas were not sufficiently developed. As for coherence and cohesion, there is some organization but that's it. I didn't find the logic behind it. And the paragraphing is just there, but not in full form. There are some referencing issues. Remember, we kept talking about the removal of the, and the connectors like finally was not used accurately. It was a faulty use of that. Vocabulary is okay. The range is sufficient, but there are some errors. I didn't have any problem in communication. I had only one issue with grammar, and there was one problem in grammar that reduced my understanding of the sentence. That's all. All in all, this is a 5.5 IELTS sample for Task 2 essay. Remember, as always, these are your representatives, your letters, your reports, your essays like this. So it's very important that you organize your thoughts and your bits of information, your sentences, your vocabulary in order so that these representatives will be able to do their jobs well. On that note, I wish you a lovely day ahead.